the last 2 years, I've been on a journey of healing my body with food. And some of the benefits that I've experienced are I have completely cleared my skin. I will put up a picture of what it was like before. I have incredible level energy throughout the day. There is no grogginess when I wake up. I have zero brain fog. My hair is regrowing. I don't know if you can see, there's like little baby hairs on there that are just getting longer and longer, and the hairline is coming back to where it was before. It's super easy for me to lose fat while maintaining my strength. So a lot of times when I used to cut and bulk when I started lifting, it was really like when I would cut, I would lose a lot of strength, but I've completely maintained and even gotten stronger while losing fat. I've lost 10 pounds in the last little over a month, and was 175 down to about 165 right now. And that's pretty significant for not weighing that much. I'm 5'11", so that's not that much weight to begin with in the first place. So as a weightlifter, a Muay Thai athlete, an entrepreneur, and everything else that I do of enjoying my life and living life to the fullest, this is exactly what I need. And I'm gonna show you how I'm doing everything, because this is probably exactly what you need too, and it's probably why you clicked on this video. So the couple of the main topics that I'm going to talk about are how calories in and calories out, that you've heard forever, is kind of a lie. The nutrient density of food and why that's really important. Why the 80-20 rule is stupid. Eating 80% good food and 20% bad food, that's really dumb. And then I'm gonna go over what exactly I'm eating, what vitamins, supplements, etc. am I taking, and then finally we're gonna end it with the possible problem with vegetables. This is a really hot topic, so I did want to give my opinion on that. So we're gonna cover all of that. So before we go any further, I do want to make sure that you realize and understand that everything, almost everything, that the media and the government tells you is a lie. That is just the truth. If you don't believe me, that's fine, and you can just leave this video and I don't care. But if you do understand that, that's going to help you wrap your head around some of these concepts, because some of these things might seem really alien to you. For example, cholesterol is not bad for you. It's actually a building block of many hormones, specifically testosterone in men. I believe it is cholesterol and vitamin D that are essential building blocks to testosterone. So that means healthy fats, where cholesterol comes from, and vitamin D from the sun. So lots of healthy fats and lots of sun is going to increase your testosterone. So cholesterol is not bad for you. Don't listen to Honey Nut Cheerios. Don't listen to what the government tells you, because they don't have your best interest in mind. Also, the sun is not giving you cancer. The sunscreen and the processed stuff that you consume that is not even food, I'm not even going to call it food. That stuff is the stuff that's giving you cancer. The sun is not giving you cancer. The sun has been around since the beginning of time. And if you look back 50 years, 60, 70 years, cancer rates were not as high as they are now. And guess what has changed? The sun didn't change. The food that you consume, or once again, like I said, the stuff that you are eating that is not food, that is what changed. The sunscreen that you're putting on your body with all these chemicals, that is what changed. It is not the sun. The sun has been the same forever. And also, fat is not bad for you. Fat is what feeds your brain. I can't remember the exact percentage, but your brain is a majority made up of fat. They want you dumb so that you're dependent on the government to make decisions for you, and they want you sick so that you're dependent on the medical system so that they can continue to make money off of you. If you don't agree with these things, that is fine, you can leave. But I am telling you, that is the truth. Do your own research. If you don't believe me, that's fine. But that is the truth. And not only have I been healing my body, but I have also been healing my mind, my mindset, my brain, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to do a video on that in the future. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. So now that we got all that out of the way about the government and the media, I want to talk about how calories in and calories out is kind of a lie. So there's two main reasons why this is not entirely true. If you look at what is a calorie is defined as a unit of measurement that when burned, it puts out a certain amount of energy. Now, when you burn a calorie, not all calories burn the same, but when they measure them, they are burned the same. So you can have ultra processed grain cornmeal, right? And it could be 100 calories, and you could have an apple, organic apple, or an apple straight from a farm or from your backyard, and that's 100 calories. And they're both 100 calories, but the nutrient density and bioavailability of the nutrients that are in them, the actual food for your body, like your body doesn't run off of calories, your body runs off of nutrients. So if you have an apple stocked chock full of nutrients and vitamins and minerals and all this good stuff for you, and you have highly processed cornmeal, they're both 100 calories. But this cornmeal is going to go right through your body and give you barely anything. Whereas the apple is actually going to nourish your body, and you'll actually find that a lot less excrement is going to come out of your body when you start eating this way. Your waste is way less, and that shows right there your body is actually consuming these things rather than you just eating it and it going straight through you and giving you absolutely zero nutritional value. So the nutrient density of food, this is kind of a tricky subject, but I want to show a picture of some ground beef that I have here that I'm going to take a picture of right before I cook it for lunch, and I'll put that up right here. And then also the egg yolks of a pasture-raised egg compared to a different type of egg. Now, I'm not going to go into the cage-free, free-range, pasture. I'm not going to go into all that because this video would be way too long. But just know that for ground beef, for beef, you want to get 100% grass-fed. And once again, I'm going to go in towards the end here about what exactly it is that I'm eating. But the nutrient density of food, look at the color of this beef that I'm about to eat. Look how dark it is. Look how nutrient dense and rich, like your body almost like wants that, right? There's a craving, there's an innate biological craving there compared to, I'll put up a picture of some other typical grocery store meat that you'll find where it's a little bit more pink, it's more salmon color, right? It doesn't look as nutrient dense. Like your body can actually see that. You biologically can crave that and see that. Now when we have, also in the case of eggs, right? I put them exactly next to each other in a bowl so you can see the difference. Look at how dark orange the yolk is. Look at how nutrient dense and rich it looks, right? And even in the egg whites itself too. When you have normal eggs, the egg whites are, when they cook they're white, but when you crack open a raw egg, it's very clear, right? Whereas in a pasture-raised egg, even the egg white is almost more, a little bit more milky, a little bit more of a yellow tint to it. And the yolk itself is like yellow compared to like a bright, dark, rich orange color. It is completely different. And so you can literally see the nutrient density of your foods. Your body biologically knows that. So listen to your body, listen to what you know that your body wants. And when I say that, don't take that as my body's craving ice cream, that's what I want. Obviously, that is not what I mean. But I mean, if you really go down deep, you really dig down deep into the biological craving that your body has, you can see these things. So here's why the 80-20 rule is really dumb, okay? The 80-20 rule, if you don't know what it is, it's eating 80% good for you foods and 20% whatever you want. Now, I just changed the oil in my car. I changed the oil and the transmission fluid right before I filmed this video, actually. So when I did that, let's say that I took the dirty oil that I just pulled out of, and that I just drained out of the engine, and I poured it right back in. Or I poured 80% new oil and I poured 20% old dirty oil, right? It's like, well, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just put good, clean oil in it? And that's like, pouring dirty oil in, or pouring 20% dirty oil in and being like, oh yeah, but the engine has an oil filter. Well, it's like, well, yeah, it has an oil filter, but you wouldn't pour bad oil in it, like used oil. It doesn't make sense. And that's the same thing that you're doing with your body, even if you're listening to that 80-20 rule. And the problem that I found too is you start negotiating, right? So you stay with the 80-20 rule, but you really start negotiating with yourself. You go, oh yeah, but I've been good today, so I'm going to have this extra thing, and I've been just Dude, just go cold turkey. Just eat good food for you. And you'll notice too that when you start eating these good things and once again going to those cravings, your body's going to completely lose cravings for like like bad food. Like I just don't even want to eat it anymore, right? Like Doritos sounds horrible. So I went a little off a tangent there. However, back to the oil filter example. If you put these bad things in your body, yes, your body can process it and eliminate it, right? You'll hear people say, oh yeah, but my body can process it. I have, liver and I have organs that are designed to process it. Yeah, but it takes extra work to process it. And you'll also see this come out in negative signs such as inflammation. That's why you see people have autoimmune disease. That's why you see people that are lactose intolerant or gluten intolerant. Or I had a friend, his girlfriend was allergic to everything, like everything. I remember she would get the test on her arm and they'd prick her with a bunch of different stuff and see which ones swelled up. And she was allergic. They tested her like 30 things. She was allergic to like 20 of them. It was absolutely insane. And their eating was not the best, right? And so your body will tell you that it's not happy. And even though it can process it, it doesn't necessarily want to be processing it all the time because it takes extra energy and there's byproducts and there's negative side effects, right? Even not just physical, but also mentally, like stress. Like if you guys are really stressed out, take a look at the food that you're eating. Like, yeah, I get there's a lot of things going on in life and there's bills to pay and there's stuff to do and there's people to see. Like, I get that. There is for me too. However, if you can greatly reduce what your body has to deal with, your body and your mind has a lot more time and ability and processing power to figure out the other things. So you're just adding more stuff on the plate and it's just causing inflammation and stress and all these negative things. So now let's dive into what exactly am I eating. So for the most part, I eat two meals a day and sometimes I will have a snack as well. But for right now, since I am losing a little bit of weight, trying to stay a little bit more lean, I am eating twice a day. Now, what I am eating is 100% grass-fed beef. Once again, if something says just grass-fed beef, what a lot of times happens is it will be grass-fed, and then at the end, they'll do grain to fatten it up right before they. So you want to look for 100% grass-fed beef. So right now I'm eating a pound or more of meat per day, and on most days, I'm just eating ground beef, either just cooking it in the pan or making little hamburgers out of it, little hamburger patties, just because it is just the easiest way and it's a cheap way just to get good quality food. I can get a pound of grass-fed beef, 85 to 90% lean, for $5 to $7 a pound. So it's not that bad. Then once to twice a week, I will have a steak. New York sirloin. I like a big chunk of flat meat. That's one of my new favorites. It's really good. And that same thing, 100% grass-fed. Also about once a week, I will have chicken thighs because I absolutely love chicken thighs. I try to get the pasture-raised chicken thighs, but sometimes it's harder to find, so I just go with the organic. Once again, you do as good as you possibly can here, but you can never be 100% perfect. You can't avoid everything. You do your absolute best, right? Then I have eggs. I do, once again, pasture-raised eggs. I get 18 eggs for $7, so it's a little bit expensive, but it's not horrible. A lot of times, too, you can find them on sale when they're going bad in a couple days, and you just eat eggs. You just eat a little more eggs than usual, and that works really, really well. I also eat a lot of fruit. So I eat a lot of tropical fruit, so oranges, mangoes, papaya, banana. I eat a lot of apples, pears, berries. Berries are super good. Once again, making sure that everything here is organic. And then I also do a lot of dairy. Once again, raw dairy. You'll have people say, oh yeah, but there's bad bacteria in it. Okay. I'm not going to stay on this for long. Go look at the studies. Once again, the media is not your friend. Don't listen to them. They're not telling you the truth. Most of them and almost all of the time. Okay? Now, what happens is when there is cow milk, there is good bacteria and bad bacteria. It's mostly good bacteria. What happens is a lot of times the people that are lactose intolerant or have trouble digesting dairy, this is because the milk, the dairy, the cheese, the whatever is pasteurized. So what happens is it's heated up, it's kills all the bacteria, kills both the good and the bad bacteria. And what happens is that then you drink it and your body has a hard time processing the lactose, or you eat it in cheese, right? Hard time processing the lactose. Now, if you have it raw and you don't have these bacteria killed and you consume it, the bacteria actually help your body process the lactose so that you don't have these negative reactions. You don't have any digestive issues or anything like that. And so that's a very common misconception. And a lot of times also people say that, oh yeah, but raw milk, you're going to get sick. Okay. Once again, look it up, fact check me, comment, I don't care. It's all good. If you look at the amount of deaths from raw milk, from consuming raw dairy, it was a study from, a couple years ago. It was like a 1-year study. There were some hospitalizations from it, 100%. But they were sick. And it's very rare, and there were 0 deaths. But then, if you look at the third leading cause of death in the United States, what is it? Medical malpractice. So, drink raw milk, which is actually really good for you, builds your gut bacteria, builds your immune system, all of that, and helps you process other foods and the lactose in the dairy that you're eating. Or are you going to listen to the people who make money off of you from being sick and are the third leading cause of death in the United States? I'm going to continue drinking my raw milk, okay? So, you do you. And then right now, like I said, since I am a little bit more cutting, going a little bit more lean, I'm not eating rice or potatoes. But if I was trying to eat a little bit more, put on a little bit more weight, I would add a little bit of rice and sweet potatoes into my diet, but I'm just currently not right now. And then for sweetness, I do have raw honey and, once again, organic maple syrup. A lot of you guys may know this as the animal-based diet. I had experimented with this plus, I really like nut butters, like peanut butter, almond butter. I had experimented with that in the past, and I'm going to experiment with it again. So once again, subscribe so you keep up to date with everything. But I have definitely found that I feel absolutely best with what I'm eating right now. Just meat, fruit, honey, maple syrup, and raw dairy. Like, if I just stick to that, that is the absolute best that I feel. So I may add those back in the future to, once again, compare against it and see, okay, is it, placebo? Is it just whatever? I'm definitely probably going to do that again in the future. So I'll let you know how that goes. So that is what I'm eating now in terms of vitamins, supplements, minerals, getting all the extra things, right? Once again, you should be getting everything that you can from your food, from very nutrient-dense food. That should be the goal. But, for example, if you look historically, a lot of times the most valuable person, the leader of the tribe, the elders, the person who killed the animal on the hunt, a lot of times they got access to the organs of the animal, right? And I am working on that with eating organs. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm getting there. I'm working on it. But for right now, I am doing this one, which is a more of a natural testosterone increase. So it has testicle, liver, and blood in it, and it's freeze-dried, and it's in pills. And then same thing here. This one's just some extra liver because I want to take a little bit more liver than that. But when I first started doing this, getting really, really strict about this, like maybe 3 months ago, once again, I've been on this journey for about 2 years now of just like really healing my body with food, fixing all my problems. And one of the things that I noticed, I first started taking liver, and that was all that I was taking. It was just liver. And with that is when I noticed my hair growing back and growing in super, super thick too, right? So I literally shaved 2 days ago. So I shaved like 2 days ago. And then once again, my hair is growing back and super, super thick. definitely thicker on my face as well. So that is something that I noticed from liver specifically. I have been doing the this one, which is the testicle, liver, and blood, for only about 2 weeks now. So I've definitely noticed an increase in strength and stamina in the gym. But once again, is it placebo effect? Not 100% sure, but just overall doing all of these changes, like I know it's good for me regardless, right? It's like it has all the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the micronutrients, like I know it's good for me regardless. But just the actual pinning it to specific effects, I can't 100% tell, except for with the liver because you can physically see that, right? But I do Muay Thai. I fight 3 times a week. Well, I train, but we usually spar at the end of every class for at least 10 minutes. So I train Muay Thai 3 times a week. I do weightlifting 3 times a week, and I walk 3 to 4 miles every single day. So I am incredibly active, and I do a lot, and I push myself really, really hard. So the last most interesting thing here is the possible problem with vegetables. Now, I'm not going to go into this super deep, but I just want to leave you with a thought. So if you think of the biology of a tree, the biology of a plant. Now, how does a tree reproduce? It reproduces by seeds, right? Let's think of a fruit tree. It has seeds that is wrapped in a fruit. Now, if the tree just dropped the seeds, the plant just dropped the seeds, right? Like think of like more invasive plants or bushes kind of a thing, right? They kind of just drop the seeds. Now, a tree doesn't want to drop its seed right next to it because then it would be competing as the seed grows and it would be competing with it. What it wants to do is it wants the seed to be carried a little bit of a way and then reproduce. So what does it do? It grows a delicious fruit around it. Okay? And this is why most people, there's very few people that I know that don't like fruit. Most people like fruit. Most people like the sweetness of it, the floral scents and sweetness that it has, right? Like most people like fruit. And I think that's for a reason. So the tree grows a seed, and a human, an animal comes along and eats the fruit around and disperses the seed. This is how the tree reproduces. Now, I believe it was designed that way for a reason, because if you go to the fruit tree, to the plant, to a tree, and you just start eating its leaves, right? Like this is my problem with vegan, vegetarian. This is the issue. And this is the possible problem with vegetables. A plant grows from getting light from the sun and water. And it gets light from the sun so it can photosynthesize and it can grow more. So if you remove its leaves to eat them, you are removing its ability to photosynthesize, removing its ability to grow more. So if you look at how fruit works biologically, it is wanting to reproduce. The tree is encouraging you to eat it and disperse its seed. Whereas you look at a vegetable, you are actually killing part of the plant. The plant doesn't want that, right? That's why most plants, you can't eat them. Most plants are poisonous. Like, yeah, I get there's poisonous fruits, 100%. I'm not denying that. But that's a possible problem with vegetables. And since plants can't move and they don't want you to take away their ability to grow and photosynthesize, they produce these plant toxins, right? So prey can just run away. That's their right. Some have defense mechanisms, but a lot of them can just run away, right? A tree can't run away. A plant can't run away. So it has to develop something else, such as a defense chemical, defense toxins. And so it doesn't want you to kill its leaf because that's how it photosynthesizes and creates energy to grow. So it creates defense chemicals so that you learn, hey, next time, don't eat this. So even if you don't notice these effects immediately, it still has an effect on your body in regards to inflammation and your body fighting the chemicals and the toxins that are entering your body. So if you want to live low toxin, stress-free, inflammation-free, fight a lot of physical ailments, like I said, like super clear skin, hair regrowth, you want to feel really good, not have brain fog, like all these things. So this is what's worked for me after a long time of trial and error and trying different things, testing new things, doing a lot of research and learning a lot about human biology and even psychology and plant and animal biology. This is what I've learned. So make sure to put any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that, throw that in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. I talk a lot about being an entrepreneur, business stuff. I talk a lot about health, traditional values, natural health, all that stuff. So if you're into that, come join the family and make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.